research into the UK's conversational habits reveals that more than half of us enjoy small talk to brighten our day, with nearly a third of the 1,000 people questioned admitting that they've formed friendships as a result of chatting to strangers. Top conversation topics include transport delays, television, but some of the worst opening lines include, what about the weather? Booked any holidays this year? And is that seat taken? So it looks like we're a nation of chatterers or chatterboxes, but do you think that small talk's a waste of time, or do you like it?
I love a bit of talking nonsense.
Yes.
No, I mean, it's really, really nice to have a little chat about things that don't really matter, because sometimes, you know, the real stuff you don't always want to talk about. Yeah. And I mean, I'll talk to anyone, you know. I'm happy to have a chat with anyone at the supermarket, at the checkout, you know, because people often come up and chat to us. And you know what it's like when you're like in the back of a cab and you're chatting with the driver, and you think when he starts talking, and you've got like a 3-hour journey, because I live in the country now, so I've got quite a bit of time in the car sometimes. You think, oh, here we go, he's going to be jabbering all the way home. And you start, you know, how are you? Fine, you know, he starts telling you about, you know, his life and everything. And then you think it's going to be a sort of nonsensical chat, and after 3 hours, you know what he's going to vote, you know, all his family, and actually, you feel quite like sad about getting out at the end.
Sometimes it's quite liberating.
Yeah, and also because you don't have an angle, or it doesn't really mean anything, and you're not going to see that person again. It's a great way of just dumping on them and running.
Yeah, and also it can get quite heated, can't it?
Yeah.
You can start having an argument with somebody you don't even know, and you don't really care what he thinks, and he doesn't care what you think, and then you get in this terrible argument.
Yeah, and
it's awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm like that. But the thing is, but it's tittle-tattle, really, isn't it, Jane? I think it is. You know, it's a bit dangerous, that, but when you go to the hairdressers, why is it us girls always tell the hairdressers everything, don't we, girls? What is it? All our gynecological... I can't even say it. Yeah. Everything that's wrong with us, we tell the hairdresser. I think it's good to get things off your chest. The only thing with me is I tend to talk quite a lot, and so people sort of walk away in the end. Or maybe go to sleep. And so I have to kind of study that. But the thing is, you do like to talk to people, don't you? You do like to say, oh, you never guess what's happened to me. I know it's just...
Very good. Very good.
Marvellous, marvellous. Pausing for breath would be good.
Well, you see that, yeah. What I do is I listen. So I'll say, yeah, so if somebody asks me a direct question, I'll answer them, but very, very quickly, and say, but what's your slant on it?
I've noticed you, because you're a cheeky monkey, aren't you? Because
no, I'm not cheeky
you
monkey.
are, because you get out of anybody knowing anything about this myth.
Yes.
And she gets everything out of you.
Yeah, well, that's nice, because I like to hear about everybody else. I'm not so bothered about, because lots of people know about us. So when there's a stranger in the car, I like to ask them mainly what they think. So then it takes the heat off you as well. Yeah. So if you don't want to be talking, I just say, oh, no, but what's your view on it? So, and then
also you can get some really interesting takes on life from people that you wouldn't necessarily always bump into. But I was always quite shy of chatting to just anybody, just because I just thought, oh, I'm not very good at it. But since being with Steve, who will talk the hind legs off anyone, I've seen how much fun it is, and I love it. We have a good... I chat to people in the supermarket, I chat to people at bus stops, I'll chat to people in queues. You know, most of the time they're like Sherry, they're running away. But sometimes it is really fascinating. You can get a whole different perspective, and you kind of put your own life to one side for a bit.
What starts off...
It is therapeutic.
It is, and what starts off small can be a massively important conversation at the end.
Yeah.
I find.
OK, someone who can chat for Britain is model and actress Kelly Brook. She's revealed that her rugby player boyfriend, Danny Cipriati, is a secret fan of the TV show Glee. And he even sings songs from the show while they shop. She said the other day I could hear him in the next aisle singing, I'm just a small-town girl, living in... I thought you were going to join in. Living in a world.
You're on your own.
This is why I'm not a thinger. So, Danny's got Glee stuck in his mind. Thanks, girls. But what song can't you get out of your head, Jane?
Well, of course, I'm on tour all the time at the minute, and our last song of the whole tour, not the tour at the end, I mean the show, the concert, is Dance Yourself Dizzy by Liquid Gold.
Yeah.
And everybody...
Dance yourself dizzy when they boogaloo.
You see, she's freaking out, baby. You're an 80s girl.
Oh, I can't wait for the concert, sorry.
But everybody just ends up singing that, and it's one of those hooks that you just keep humming and humming, and we're always singing it in the van on the way home as well, so it's a bit... Can't get it out of my head, that song.
Well, I have to say, we had Billy Ocean on, and and he sang Suddenly. Suddenly,
that made me cry.
And also the other one is, when the going gets tough, the tough get...
Oh, thank you for playing the real one, so we didn't have to listen to Jerry.
Brilliant.
Can I just tell you something? For years, I thought he was saying go and get stuffed. Oh, yes. I didn't know that it was when the going get... I used to sing merrily walking down the street, go and get stuffed.
What I like to do sometimes as well is, you know, it's so easy to get a tune in your head. Like, we used to, when we were on the bill, when we were hanging around on set, we'd go up to someone we didn't like a really butch bloke or something, and go, I should be so lucky, 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 lucky. And then you'd be going about 10 minutes later, I should be so lucky, 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 lucky. Try it, it works.
It's
just
brilliant.
It's
called planting an earworm.
Is it?
Yeah, you do it and then run away. I must admit, I know, sorry to still go on about it, but Michael Bublé, because I was there the other night with you, Jane. It was just, it was so lovely. So I've been having Michael Bublé for the past.
Actually, I've been.
Girl.
I mean, it's not such a jolly song, but I've been looking for songs for my nan's funeral, and and they're songs rather than hymns, and one of them is a Dean Martin song, which is, I don't know if you remember it, you're nobody till somebody loves you. My nan and granddad used to sing it at a party, so I've been singing that, which has been lovely. I've enjoyed it.
Has it helped?
Yeah, it does, actually. I mean, there are 3 songs that I've chosen, and every one of them kind of reminds me of a time in my life with my nan, so they're important, aren't they, songs?
They are. They're more important than you think.